Coming up on County Colours. After the elation of victory against Surrey in the National Cup, Devon have to take the highs with the lows, as South West Schools football brings about some honest conversations.
Massive high the other day at Surrey. Today's obviously brought us down a little peg.
And with a quarter-final in the English Schools FA Inter-County Cup up for grabs, can the team reach new heights and make the last 8, as the journey continues? This is Rep Team Football. As the dust settled on a ridiculous game in the English Schools Inter-County Cup, there was only a short time to reflect before the team were back in action, and Coach Nick chose to highlight the bonds that had been formed in such a short space of time.
100%. We're quite fortunate. I think we've got kind of little pockets of groups within the team, but getting them all together, we've not had that many opportunities to do so. And yeah, obviously, like I say, long journey up on the morning to try and get there, and not the easiest conditions. Surrey kind of bang up for it, and yeah, this the kind of response to nearly going out in the last minute. In the 80th minute to then obviously scoring within 30 seconds of the start of extra time, and then kind of finishing it off with a late penalty was just amazing. It was a really, really good day to be involved in.
With the draw already made for the second round of the National Cup, Devon will be at home in round 2 and will welcome another side they wouldn't normally face in the shape of Kent. Kent have a lot of history in schools football, producing talents like Alessia Russo and Chris Smalling, and this age group were semi-finalists just a year ago. However, before the teams face off for a place in the quarterfinals, South West Schools football takes centre stage. The South and West Schools Championship is split into 2 groups. In Group A, Devon will face Somerset and Gloucestershire at the county ground, with a visit to Wiltshire sandwiched in between. Devon begin with a visit of local rival Somerset, the first of 3 meetings between the counties this season.
Like we saw at Surrey, like we've seen, it's all just 1v1, so just got to make sure that we are better than them. And every single player in here, we would want, rather than 1 or 2 or the squad in there. And I can see that and what we're about.
If they end up playing 3 at the back, 5 and a 2, alright, I just want the full-back, so Brandon and Charlie, really important you listen. This is a bit for me that will catch us out if we're not talking.
Make sure we're working for each other, and that was brilliant what he said in terms of him seeing online little snapshots and togetherness and those kind of photos. That does epitomise what we're all about and what we, or Nick and the Devon FA staff and team have built and what we're all buying into. And I promise you, these are your positive memories that you're going to take on when you leave and you think, oh, that Devon stuff was brilliant.
With lead coach Chris Hogg returning to the dugout to join Nick and Matt Scholes, the team are expecting a tough game in the rain at the county ground. Victorious over Devon last season, Somerset coach Mo Hopkins will provide a well-drilled opposition with several players tied to various academies, setting up a stern test for our team.
To touch on the sort of Surrey game, really good from the lads. I mean, the conditions didn't really allow us to sort of play much football. Ironic tonight because it's a wet, windy one again. But they found a way of grinding out the win. We were just saying earlier, weren't we, that we don't really know what to expect, and they're not going to know what to expect from us. So it's going to be a case of us trying to look after ourselves to start with, I'd imagine, and then work out what they're all about and see if we've got to make any changes or adjust. But I'd like to think that we can impose what we're about as a Devon FA.
Boys have been great. So 3rd year doing it now with Scholesy. So I would say for me, unbelievable talent in the group. For us, it's been about making sure that we can gel them as quick as possible. A couple of competitions this year to get our teeth into, but from what we've seen from training and obviously the trial process, unbelievable talent in the group, and looking forward to it.
In the pouring rain and the swirling wind, it's a cagey opening stage of the game, with both sides having efforts from range. First, Jake Stagg fired over, before Somerset sent their own effort over the bar. A mix-up at the back almost allows Devon to open the scoring through midfielder Mikolaj Piasecki. However, Somerset begin to control the game, and it isn't long before the pressure tells. A mix-up at the back from Devon allows the visitors to open the scoring. Their striker, unmarked in the penalty area, taps in from a few yards out. Devon tried to strike back quickly, and Isaac Lowe's effort is saved by the Somerset goalkeeper. However, before you know it, Somerset double their advantage, their fullback finding space down the right-hand side before firing an effort in at the near post, beyond Ewan Locke's grasp. The second half didn't get any better for Devon, Somerset scoring a third goal to seal a comfortable victory, and as the rain continued to pour at the county ground, it summed up a disappointing night, and the atmosphere was in stark contrast to that of 2 weeks ago.
I think you summed it up, didn't you? It was disappointing, but we know we learn from those. We learn from those sort of disappointments. The room down there, the changing room, are disappointed, but it's an opportunity to learn, reflect, and grow. And sometimes you learn more from those kind of nights than you would when you're winning comfortably.
To be fair, some good conversation in there. I think you need days and nights like this, like Scholesy said. Massive high the other day at Surrey. Today's obviously brought us down a little peg. But listen, they're a good group. It doesn't justify us. The boys are disappointed. We're disappointed. We know we can do better, but we learn from it. Listen, we go forward. We look to the next game. We've got a training session between, which I think would be massive for us. And tactically, listen, there's things to learn. There's bits for us to learn as coaches how we get that across. And we move on.
Credit to obviously Somerset. I thought the way that Mo and the team set them up today, I thought they was a very good outfit. So that can't be papered over. That needs to be said. I thought they was a very good group of lads that ultimately took the game away from us tonight. So credit to them.
Following the defeat at the county ground, Devon only have 2 group stage games remaining in the South West Schools Championship. First, they face a crucial away game to Wiltshire before hosting Gloucestershire in Newton Abbot. With the team now on the back foot in the competition, skipper Travis is keen to pick the lads up.
Just got to pick everyone up and lift what you can, and then a bit of spirit and morale. Hopefully, with parents on the sideline supporting, everything just comes together.
Devon arrive in Wiltshire knowing they need an important 3 points to not only get on the board, but to build some momentum heading into Christmas. And they start with intent, as Lucas Birch lets fly from range and Jake Cuff is unable to turn in the rebound. And it's those two that combine again. Birch's clever through ball sends Cuff in on goal, before the covering defender hauls the striker down. The referee deems this the denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity and pulls out a red card for the last man challenge. With only 5 minutes on the clock, Wiltshire are already down to 10 men. However, the red card seems to wake Wiltshire up, and with their newfound determination, open the scoring with a well-taken counter-attack. Devon find themselves behind again. With Wiltshire sitting in trying to defend their 1-goal advantage, Devon keep possession and try to work an opening, and it's Seb Roach who first has a chance to level the score. However, Devon are unable to break down their resolute opponents and go in at half-time 1-0 down. The second half begins much like the first ended, Devon attacking, Wiltshire defending. However, this time, the pressure eventually tells. Ollie Ashby, on at the break, sends a delicious ball through to Seb Roach, who times his run to perfection, lifting the ball over the keeper into the empty net. 1-1, game on. Devon begin to pile on the pressure. Brandon Davis's cross causes a scramble in the penalty area, but Tierno Lowe is unable to force the ball home. Wiltshire, however, remain a threat on the counter-attack and force Macca into a couple of smart saves. But then more drama. A long free kick gives the unmarked Wiltshire striker the chance to put his team back in front, and he gladly accepts that invitation. Devon have it all to do now, and with the clock ticking down, the ball just won't seem to break for them. Are the team heading for a second defeat in the South West Schools Championship? Not if the skipper has anything to do with it. At the start of the season, Travis told us he wouldn't do any celebration poses for his graphics because he never scores. Well, there's a first for everything, because Travis finds himself in space at the back post after a delightful cross to bundle the ball over the line and salvage a point for Devon, a very important one. With just a few moments left in the 80, Devon are unable to force a winner and leave Wiltshire with a point. Despite rescuing the game in the last minute, it feels like 2 points dropped given the state of the match after the early red card.
I think in the dressing room after both games, I think the boys were a little bit disappointed to draw at Wiltshire, where they've had 10 men from the 5th minute, really was a bit disappointing. I can kind of I don't know, I don't really like to make excuses because, the pitch, for example, while it wasn't kind of the level we're used to, it's the same for both teams on the day. Credit to Wiltshire. I thought they did well with 10 men. They still kind of caused us problems throughout. We found it hard to kind of get through their packed defence, their sort of deep midfield. It was a draw. It could have nicked it at the end, but yeah, fair play to them. And like I say, the boys were a little bit disappointed with that one.
Devon returned to the county ground for a must-win game against Gloucestershire on game week 3 of the competition. Could they deliver an early Christmas present? And Devon deliver exactly that. Ben Jolly swinging the ball in from a set piece, and it's Tierno Lowe who rises highest up front to score the opening goal of the game. A fast start, the dream start, Devon are on their way. And that dream start just keeps getting better. Some quick thinking between T and Ben Jolly once again sets up Jack Brown, whose deflected effort fires past the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0 Devon. The perfect start for Devon. But as we've learnt so far on this brief yet eventful journey, things are never quite that simple. Gloucestershire's number 4 unleashes a venomous effort, which beats Macker in goal, and all of a sudden it's 2-1, and the momentum swings in Gloucestershire's favour. And wouldn't you know it, on the stroke of half-time, Ethan Rowe is caught out by their winger, bringing him down in the penalty area, and it's a penalty to the visitors. And just to compound things, the centre-back receives a yellow card. So, the perfect opportunity for Gloucestershire to get level and cap off a quite remarkable half of football. But never count out Devon, and never rule out the wingspan of Max Stokes. So, after a huge save from Macker in goal, it means Devon go in 2-1 up at the break. However, as the second half begins, it's wave after wave of Gloucestershire attack. Despite a resilient rearguard from Devon, eventually the pressure tells. Gloucestershire's centre-back rises highest to nod home at the back post and secure a point for the visitors. That late goal means Devon's future in the competition is out of their hands. They'll need results to go their way and a minor miracle to qualify for the semi-finals of the South West Schools Championship, meaning the high of Surrey now seems like a very distant memory.
I think it's one that, it's one that got away. Bit of a come down, but yeah, generally, it's what we're in the game for. It's important not to get too high. It's important not to get too low. There's going to be lots of that throughout the season.
As Nick alluded to, there would be many highs and many lows across the course of the season, but nobody could have foreseen what would happen next. With just over a week to go until the last 16 of the English Schools FA Inter-County Cup against Kent, the team hold a training session, fine-tuning ahead of the biggest game of the season so far. Programme lead Jake watches on, and despite recent results, is pleased with what he sees in the squad.
Really positive. I think they're starting to come into their own a little bit. I think they found their voice box, if you like. I think a lot of them are getting more familiar with one another. Certainly a lot more confident. Hopefully this can kind of transition into our next game. I think these kind of sessions just help them bond a little bit more. And certainly we haven't got as many days of them as we can. So these kind of sessions really help.
Saturday, 15th of November 2025. Game day has arrived. The magic of the National Cup means anyone can play anyone. So when the draw was made all the way back in August and Kent came out as potential round 2 opponents, very little was known about them, other than the fact that they arrived with significant pedigree in representative team football. That means Devon just have to focus on their own game and face what's in front of them. Kick-off, and Devon are now just 18 minutes and one game against Kent away from a National Cup quarter-final. In the cagey opening exchanges, Kent the visitors are making Devon work hard, moving the ball side to side, trying to work an opening. Devon, however, managed to fashion a chance for themselves. Goal-scoring hero from the previous round, Thomas Ross, sending a free kick agonisingly wide. Just as Devon are beginning to get a foothold in the game, the Kent centre-half sends a ball into the feet of their striker, which seems harmless enough, and he's even unable to control the ball. However, the confusion caused in the Devon defence is enough for his strike partner to nip in, coolly take the ball around Macca in goal, and slot into an empty net. A nightmare start for the team. A setback, but it's not the end of the world, and if there's anything we know about this team, the adversity they face makes them stronger, and they begin to start playing the football we know they're capable of. Despite Devon finally finding their feet, they're given a swift reminder of why Kent possess so much danger, firing just wide of Macca's post. Despite the Kent pressure, Devon force a corner on the right hand side. It's swung in by Ben Jolly, only to be cleared by the Kent keeper. It falls to Charlie Oram, midway inside the half. He swings it back in, it falls to Travis, who puts it in the back of the net, and Devon seem to think they're level. However, not in the referee's book. The man in the middle marches over to have a word with his assistant referee, and there's a nervous wait for the referee to make his final decision. At this point, nobody's really sure what's going on, and it's made even more confusing when the referee points to the penalty spot. So let's rewind. Ben Jolly swings it in right-footed, and the Kent goalkeeper comes and punches clear. However, what we missed initially, in the process, he punches Ethan Rowe. The ball falls to Charlie Oram, who then swings it in. Travis Goodall puts it in, but Ethan is in an offside position because he's been clattered by the goalkeeper. So the decision is no goal, offside, and we bring it back for the penalty to Devon. Make sense? Absolutely not. But here we go. Thomas Ross has a chance to pull Devon level. Rossi steps up, and with ice in his veins, the keeper guesses right, but it's too far in the corner, and Devon are level. It's 1-1, and we're heading towards half-time.
I'll just take my time, I focus how I'm going to pull it, place it and stuff like that. I was nervous, I just wanted to put it in the back of the net.
And in the moments afterwards, celebrating the team, how did that feel?
Really, really nice. I mean, my family was watching, and I was happy for them as well.
All of a sudden, it's one-way traffic. Thomas Ross picks the ball up in midfield and gives it to Jack Brown. His first time through ball finds Jake Cuff in the right-hand channel. He's sprinting into the box. Surely it's going to be 2-1. No, a covering block from the defender means it stays 1-1, heading into half-time, and it's all to play for in the second 40. Having let Devon back into the game, Kent come out like a team with a bit between their teeth, creating chance after chance, free kick after corner kick. It is one-way traffic for the majority of the second half. A header flies narrowly over Macca's goal. Had it been on target, it could have been a winner. Kent open another chance. A cross into the box is put wide by their goal scorer in the first half. But Devon aren't without their own chances. Jake Stagg swings the ball into the box, forcing the keeper to come and collect it. Devon are facing wave after wave of Kent pressure, and it looks like a Kent winner is inevitable. And it looks like Devon's best chance of going through to the next round could be the dreaded penalty shootout.
It's important not to get too high, it's important not to get too low. There's going to be lots of that throughout the season.
However, this Devon side don't tend to do conventional, so penalties probably isn't on their agenda. Jake Stagg sends a ball over to Charlie Oram. It's bouncing around as he enters the penalty area. He drives to the byline, cuts it back for Cuff! Cuff has his shot saved by the keeper. Mitchell follows up. Cuff again. It's in! Devon have surely won it! It's 2-1 to Devon. In the dying moment of the game, Cuff wheels away in celebration. It's absolutely pandemonium at the county ground. Having faced wave after wave of Kent pressure, Devon have somehow found their way in front. A Jake Cuff header means that they are moments away from the National Cup quarter-finals. Now, the best strikers have a knack for scoring goals in the biggest moments, and that may be the biggest goal of the entire season. But the secret to it? Well, it's a bit more simple than it may seem.
So you found some goal scoring form, particularly in the National Cup, with some important goals. What would you say has been the secret to that?
I'd say the amount of sleep I get. I'm Jake Cuff, I play striker and I play for WBD. My current style as play is probably wanting to be that menace up front the defenders don't really want to play against. It means quite a lot from, playing football since I was younger to now coming to Devon FA and playing for our team. When we score, anyone scores. It's just a great atmosphere. Everyone's celebrating, running over to you, and everyone's just putting everything into the match.
So the self-proclaimed menace has somehow found a last-minute winner to all but secure Devon's place in the last 8 of the National Cup. A truly staggering achievement, having been backs to the wall for the majority of the second half. But it's never that simple.
So I'm Max Stokes, I play for Buckland, Torquay and obviously now Devon. I've not been playing football for too long, only 5-6 years now, but it's been going well. Everything to me, I watch it, I play it, try and get to as many games as possible. Just everything about the game I love. Yeah, I try my hardest to, if we lose a game, just let it go. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but I try. As a team, we had a small setback against Somerset, but in this next game, just forget about that when we go again, start fresh.
What drives you to keep improving every day?
At the end of the day, a clean sheet and a good result definitely drives me, but just to enjoy football at the end of the day.
You're probably wondering why we've cut it just as the ball is inevitably about to fly past Macca and into the net, sending the game to extra time. Well, I've told you before, it's never that simple, and never rule out the wingspan of Max Stokes. I'm recording this 3 months after the game, and my heart still can't take the drama. The Kent players are piling forward, their goalscorer is running down the wing, marshalled by Ashton Harvey, but he somehow manages to dig out a perfect cross, and surely all the Kent player in the box has to do is hit the target. Not on Macca's watch. He sticks out his right hand to pull off a quite frankly unbelievable save before Ethan Rowe somehow belts the ball clear before an opposition player can react. Ridiculous, spectacular, and quite frankly outrageous. Maybe some things are just meant to be.
Yeah, very proud. It was a good moment for all of us, but it was a team togetherness of spirit. It wasn't just the players that started, it was the rest that came on off the bench, and together as a collective it just shows the character of the group and what we had along the way, and got the result.
When I missed that first one, obviously my head kind of went down, and then I saw that second opportunity and I thought I'm just going to take it. So
Buzzing, I loved it.
Playing with your friends is always something you always want to do as a kid, so now playing for your county with your mates it's amazing.
It's been unbelievable. I think it's been really good. I think compared to where we were last year, I think the programme as a whole is kind of come on leaps and bounds with the sort of additional support to kind of back up Rich here at the County FA and looking after the programme. It's been unbelievable. Where we are now, we're still in the National Cup, we're going into the last 8 of that. We've played our sort of South West Counties games, and now we're moving into the County FA stuff in the new year as well. Really exciting, and just kind of looking forward to seeing where we are in 6 months' time.
From the ecstasy of Surrey to the silence in the dressing room after Wiltshire, the journey isn't just about results. The highs and lows have helped the team climb the mountain, but they've not yet reached the summit. There's a long way to go, and we've got a feeling you're going to want to see what happens next. You've been watching County Colours, Highs and Lows.